Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss. I'm back again doing another video, and today we're gonna take a look at the Motorola XOOM. Okay, this is the first tab hitting the streets with the Android 3.0 honeycomb operating system. This is big, alright? This is real big. Now, if this is your first time watching any of my videos, we call it the real review because we're not playing no games, but this ain't no special effects. Nobody gave me this shit to review. You know, I don't work for Verizon, I don't work for Motorola, I don't work for none of these cats. If the shit is whack, I'm calling it whack. If the shit is hot, I'm gonna tell y'all that it's hot. That's why we calling it the real review, all right? Now, I don't get too deep in the specs and all that. Y'all can check other videos and get spec to death from them, all right? So let's take a look. Now, normally I do the unboxing and then I wait a couple of days and do the real review, but no sense on doing that because I already had it for a couple of days and ain't really too much shit to see in the box. But we'll just breeze through it anyway and see what it look like. All right, this is what it look like in the box. All right. Now, the little bit of specs that I will hit you with, you got the 2.0 megapixel front-facing camera, and you got the 5.0 megapixel rear-facing camera with the dual LED flash. You got 2 speakers on both sides. You got the power button is on the back. You know, which I thought would have been a problem when I first picked it up. Like, why would they put the power button on the back? But it actually works pretty good. All right. Underneath, you got the HDMI port, you got the micro USB port, and you got the charging port. All right. Now, one thing about this, you can't use your micro USB to charge the device. Now, I know everybody used to, like right now, you get a Galaxy Tab, you could just unplug your Evo, unplug your Epic, whatever you got, drop it right into your tab. Take it out, plug it into your camera. You know, basically everything is micro USB nowadays. But Motorola, they decided to go with the old school, you know, push-in, I don't know, whatever you call this. This is old school though. This is how everything used to be back in the day. So they went with this. Be careful with this shit when you got it plugged in. Don't let this shit bend, because if you ever had shit from back in the days, you know once this shit bends, it's a wrap. All right. So that's one thing. Now, internally, as far as with the software, you got a dual core processor. What does that mean? That means the iPad has a 1-core processor, so this has a 2-core processor. So even if you don't know nothing about specs and texture and all that bullshit, you know that 2 is more than 1. All right. So this, I know what it means, but I'm just saying, if you don't know what that means, the dual core processor means that this shit is faster than the rest of these tabs that's out right now. All right. So let's power this on and see what it look like. All right. This is what it looks like when you open it up. All right, let's power. Let's try that again. You turn it off. All right, let me put my code in, and this is what it looks like. Boom. This is the 3.0 operating system, and this shit is definitely a go, top of the line. They say they made it just for tabs, and trust me, this shit is hot. Let's go through a few features on it right now and see what it look like. All right, as you can see, it definitely works in landscape. It also works in portrait mode. I mean, you know, that's mandatory nowadays. And let's take a look at some of these apps. Now, as you can see, you could just scroll through different YouTube videos from everybody I subscribe to. I could just flow through, see all the new shit they got out. You know, you got your standard clock and weather and all of that. You know, let's exit out of that. Oh, another thing that's important to notice, there's only 3 buttons that you could physically touch on this device. You got the volume up and down, and you got the power on the back. Other than that, everything is on-screen buttons, and it works beautiful, man. This shit is a go, trust me. All right, so let's see now. Say I'm scrolling, you know, I'll show you some of my widgets I got on here. You know, everybody knows I got Twitter. You know, I got my Gmails, got my flight track. Now, this tab has the best email client that I've seen yet. Let's take a look. Say I click on the Gmail, it opens up, you have the mail on this side, so I can still scroll down, which looks similar to iPad, but the way it works is just a lot faster and smoother. All right, let's see if we could find something interesting to take a look at. All right, so you see you get emails, click on the show pictures, you know, you can look at all the emails, and then if I want to click on something, let's see if there's anything that, yeah, click on something. Look at the speed on this thing, though. This thing is blowing the iPad out the water. All right. Now, everybody gonna say, why am I comparing this kind of shit against the iPad? Because basically, the iPad is the only tab out right now that you could compare this to. I can't compare it to the HP touchpad yet because it ain't out yet. And I can't compare it to the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 because that's not out yet either. So basically, we just take a look at this. So if you hear me make a reference against the iPad, it ain't like, you know, that's the only thing I know, but that's the only thing I can physically compare them to right now. And I got both of them, so I could put them head to head. All right? Now, say you're looking at your email. Look at the multitask. This is real multitask, all right? I could just jump right into something else. Let's jump into my Foursquare. Boom, straight to Foursquare. Now, let's take a look at how the Foursquare comes out on this. All right, now say I can see my check-ins. You hit the back button. Look how smooth it's running. All right, let's take a look at my badges. Look at the display on this thing. Look how the badges pop up on this. Look at that. Badges all day. All right, so y'all know how I get down in Foursquare. All right. Now, you can refresh it. You know, the best thing about this is the multitasking. I mean, it's insane. All right. So now I can jump back onto my home screen, which I was just last checking the weather. So now I got my weather animation. Then I could go back home. We got other widgets here. You know, I still got the usual, got some bookmarks. We got the new honeycomb clock. You got individual people, like say I hit T up, I want to send her something. I just click on her and it'll, am I touching the right spot? Oh, you know what? I didn't even set my, I didn't sync my phone book yet, so it's just the pictures right now. But everything works fine, trust me. I'm trying to get through this on this video real quick, but take it from me, everything is running smooth. Let's see if my Twitch droid is connected. Yeah, okay, I got the Twitter hooked up. Do I got anything going on here? Yeah, okay. Got a few new messages or whatever. Get out of that. But the point is, I mean, everything on this works hot. The YouTube app on this got to be one of the best YouTubes I use yet. All right, this YouTube app is sick.
What's up, everyone? John Rector from Techno Buffalo.
While I'm looking at the videos, you know, you could rock portrait,
13-inch MacBook Pros. This is the
landscape,
that were just given the newest Intel Core i5
full screen,
Core i7 chips, as well as Intel's.
Now, the speakers on the back of this, insane. Speakers are mad loud. I don't know if you can really get the full effect from on the video, but the speakers on this, there you go. All right. Like I said, this is a solid 10 for me, but since I got to keep it real with y'all, I got to give it a 7. All right. Me personally, I like it. I'm giving it a 10, but if I'm giving you the real review, I can't front. I got to give you all the truth. There's 3 major drawbacks to this device so far. All right, so what are they? Let's just get into it real quick. The first thing is the price. Now, this joint gonna run you over $800, you know, with the tax, and if you're gonna get a few accessories or whatever, you're looking at almost $900 and some change, all right? So the price on this is pretty hefty, you know what I'm saying? Even for me, $800 on the tab, that's kind of high. But you got the 3.0, you got the 10-inch screen. I mean, this screen has the Gorilla Glass on it. Now I don't know if you know what that means, but Gorilla Glass means you could basically take a key, scratch this shit up, it won't scratch. This glass, you don't need to put a screen protector on it because this glass ain't gonna scratch. All right, take it from me. I already done dropped the shit. You know, I had the Galaxy with the Gorilla Glass, and when, you know, that shit still looked brand new. So the Gorilla Glass is a go. All right. So the price, $800. That's a little steep for 32 gigs, but whatever. So that's one. I had to take off a point for that. The next thing I'm taking off a point for is there's no flash yet. Now they're saying the flash is supposed to be available in the spring, which will be, I guess, in a few weeks from now. But as it stands right now, there's no flash. There's no flash on your iPad either. But you know, you didn't drop $800 on the iPad. You know, you pay $800 and you got the Android 3.0. You expect flash, especially if you got flash on your Galaxy Tab 2.2 operating system. Why is it not on the 3.0? Well, anyway, so I took off a point for that. Once they dropped the flash, put that point back. And the last thing I had to take off a point for was on the Android market. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. The market on this, it has everything that you have on every other Android device, but they have new apps here that are specifically designed for this tablet. Then you got other apps that, you know, just from the Android market that still work on this, but they don't work right because they're not optimized yet for this tablet. And I'll give you a good idea. Good. Let me show you a little example, all right? Now, if you ever played Words with Friends, oh yeah, by the way, shout out to T for putting me on with Words with Friends. It's a game, it's kind of like Scrabble, but it's very addictive. It's a nice, relaxing game. You know, it's a cool little game. So you need to check that out if you got. And the good thing is, you don't have to have Android. If you got Apple, if you got whatever operating system you got, chances are they got it, because I'm playing against a lot of dudes who got iPhones. I'm playing against my boy in his Evo. I got it on my Evo. I got it on my iPhone. So check that out. All right, it looks like this. This is Words with Friends. Now, this is how it looks on the Motorola XOOM. Okay. Now you have to play this in portrait mode, but the only problem with this, you know, it's not optimized for this device. So a lot of times you get the force close, and then when it does run, let's see if I can bring this up and show you what it looks like, if it will even open. That's what I'm saying. You know, that's a major downfall on this, is that a lot of the original Android apps, they don't work. And when they do work, take a look at this. Now, this is what the board looks like. Yeah, that looks fine. But look at my letters. You can't see the letters at the bottom. All right? And let me show you what it's supposed to look like. So we pull out the iPhone. This is what it's supposed to look like. All right? Now, when I click on the game, you see how the letters pop up at the bottom? So look at those letters and look at this one. No letters. All right? So that's three major things that I don't like about this device. The price, the no flash, and in the market. A lot of the apps, they do work. Don't get me wrong. A lot of the apps work, but a lot of them don't work right or don't work at all. All right? So the Facebook from the app market doesn't work right on this. They saying they're going to fix that up. And once they fix all that stuff up, then this thing will be a solid 10. For me, it's already a solid 10 because I can wait for the flash. You know what I'm saying? You already know, 3.0. Whenever you're getting some shit that's brand new, you know, you can't really be too judgmental on it because it's almost like a beta device still. You know what I'm saying? But everything else on it, the emails, the games, you know, the sound, bananas. You know, you're gonna like this. You know, if you got a couple of dollars, you know, give this one a shot. Trust me. Don't worry, you'll get the flash in a minute, and the market, you know, they're gonna tighten that up, and you'll be able to get all your apps out the market. This is a go, all right? Scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving it a 10, but overall it's really a 7, but they'll be able to take care of those 3 points and then push it back up to a 10. Now, as far as accessories, what do we got here? We got the Motorola case. Now, this is nice. It has like this kind of rubberish material in it, and I'll drop it in the case so you can see what it looks like. Why I tell you this case is hot. All right? When you put it in the case, it has this thing where it kind of snaps closed. All right? So this is what it looks like. You can still see the camera and stuff in the back. This is what it looks like. Now, let me show you a good feature to this case. Also, you got the big Motorola M. All right? Y'all young cats, if y'all don't know about Motorola, back in the days, if you ever had a beeper or a cell phone, everything was Motorola back in the day. So don't think Motorola is just some new company on the scene. All right? Motorola, they're the truth. All right? This is good quality shit. This ain't some cheap ass bullshit that just hit the market. All right, this is good. This case also forms into your view. If you want to view if you want to watch videos and all that stuff, set it up in the case like this, you're good to go. All right, so that's a go right there. The case, that was about, I think about $40, but it's a definite go. Next, I got the charging dock. Now the charging dock this is a go. Because if you look at the back, it has where you plug it in to charge it, but it also has auxiliary, so you can put your computer speakers in it, or you could get a real nice set of speakers. Now me, I got some Bose computer speakers that once I drop them in here, it's gonna be a party. Trust me, it's going down. So you need to get that dock. Also, if you just got a nice desk or something, drop it on here, and it's gonna sit up on the dock like that. It's gonna look hot. Trust me. All right, so other than that, at Best Buy, that's the only 2 accessories they got out. So that's the only 2 I got to show y'all right now. All right. Overall, though, should you go out and get this right now? I don't know. I mean, if you got the dough, then I would go and get it. Me personally, I would say get it. This shit is right now. I haven't even played with any other tabs that could touch this. Now, even without the flash. This tab with the email and the web browsing is super fast. I guess that's where the dual core processor comes into play. But this tab is extra fast. It's a go. All right, this is a win. It's your boy Floss. I'm out. Check me probably by the middle of this week. I'm going to do that Impulse smartphone watch. If you don't know what that is, I told you Google that. Check that out. But I got that on deck for this week. We waiting on the BlackBerry Playbook. And whatever else comes out, we just going to keep it going, all right? Shout out to everybody on Facebook who be hitting me up. That's where it's at. Shout out to all my subscribers. You know, that's what it is. Shout out to everybody watching the video. Shout out to everybody liking the video. And even shout out to the haters, you know. Whatever, man. Y'all got to do y'all thing too, all right? It's your boy Floss. I'm out. See y'all on the next trip. Deuces.